You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Good day, sir. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing okay. It's kind of a somber day. It's Memorial Day.
It is indeed.
Well, there is to it. And I just want to point this out, and I love this quote by Adlai Stevenson. Patriotism is not short, frenzied outbursts of emotion, but the tranquil and steady dedication of a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
And that in all the years I was in broadcasting, it used to bother me. It was like twice a year being in commercial radio. You salute our military with a Lazy Boy blowout sale. Or something. It never made any sense to me.
Dust off the patriotism. It's that weekend again.
And one thing that I really love and respect about this radio station, Sunny 93.3, we pay homage to our. It's like 24/7, man.
Every day.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's super important. So, Memorial Day. What else is going on this day? Was 1961, President John F. Kennedy says, hey, you know what? We're setting a goal of putting a man on the moon before the end of the decade.
And it happened.
And it did in 1969. In fact, July of. Neil Armstrong was first to walk on the moon. So there you go. Pretty amazing. Speaking of space stuff, 1977, the original Star Wars was released.
Oh, yeah.
Man, look what that thing's done over the decades. Unbelievable.
Is it done okay?
I've heard about it once or twice.
It's probably done all right.
Kind of a niche film.
And let's see, 1986, Hands Across America.
I remember that.
About 6.5 million people hold hands from California to New York.
Did you take part, Dan?
I was actually on the air in Northwest Wisconsin at the time.
Did you, were you a part of it at all or not?
I was not. In fact, people were, I think the situation was this. Now, if you think that it was actually an unbroken chain across the country, it was not.
Right.
Logistically, it couldn't be.
Yeah.
Because you were facing deserts and everything else. But people ponied up, I think it was like $10 a head.
Oh, wow.
Something to get in this line. And it was for everything to, feed the hungry and everything else. But yeah, it was not an unbroken chain because, again, logistically, it just couldn't happen. But
I didn't know that.
6.5 million folks.
I'm not nearly as impressed now.
I'm not nearly. Yes,
I thought it was pretty cool until you told me that. Now I'm like, anybody can hold a hand.
Well, it would have been a little expensive to chopper tens of thousands of people across the desert and stuff like that.
Maybe they should have found a more practical route.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, it's like, why don't you just line up an I-90? That would have worked. I've been saying that about Lewis and Clark for decades.
Should we do Hands Across Sioux Falls today?
Oh,
The good news is you don't need to go anywhere. Just hold somebody's hand wherever you are, and then we're going to count that as hands all the way across Sioux Falls.
Yeah, see how it works for you. Just grab a stranger's hand.
Tell them you're participating in the Sunny Radio Hands Across Sioux Falls event.
How many beatdowns we can register before midnight tonight.
Don't mention us. Well, Dan, thank you for that report, sir.
Show thing.
All right, coming up in a bit, we're going to have Ranger Dan in here, and we've got some entertainment news, a lot of other things on this Memorial Day edition of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by the National Registry of Notable Notaries.
If you, a loved one, a friend of a friend, or a casual acquaintance has suffered injury, illness, or death as a result of using a discount notary, you may be entitled to a cash settlement. If you've used the notary services of 99-cent notary, 98-cent notary, Buck and a Quarter Notary, Notary World, Anytime Notary, Sioux Falls Notary, Yes Siree Notary, or the Notary Barn at Lake Lorraine, not really a lake, and have experienced even mild injuries, illness, or death, the National Registry of Notable Notaries has set aside hundreds of dollars to settle discount notary claims. The law offices of Lindquist, and Heidi Jean have been representing victims of discount notarization for a couple of weeks now, and recently settled a case giving a client a payout of $110.99. If we don't win, you owe nothing. Well, not nothing, but probably not very much. Call the law offices of Lindquist, and Heidi Jean today, 933-1980. That's 605-933-1980.
Now, more than ever, you need a credit card that offers what you need. Some cards have high rates. Some have annual fees. Some are just not very good. Usually people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes. You may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card probably won't tell you, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free free at bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning there, my favorite little critter corner, little buddies there. John, how the heck are you? That's great. Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
I got to tell you what, Heidi, you got to be some kind of magician. Because when I look at you, everyone else disappears. Oh, where'd John go? Oh.
I'm behind this giant monitor.
No, there he is, son of a gun. This perfect is Memorial Day, and it's a pretty big day in this country, talking about critters. And what would you do on Memorial Day talking about a little critter knowledge? Well, you go to Eagles. That's where you go. And you go to the American bald eagle.
Yes.
That's exactly where we're
bless
heading
America.
here.
America, come over.
That's
Eagle.
where we're going. There was a time, and it really wasn't all that long ago, going into the 70s in this country, the bald eagle was almost wiped out.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Commercial fishermen were taking them out because they fed on their fish, and DDT and pesticides and everything else getting into the food chain. And at that time, going into, say, about 72 or so, when they decided to classify the bald eagle as an endangered species, there was only approximately 400 breeding pairs of nesting eagles in this country. There is now, proud to report, well over 10,000 nesting pairs of eagles just in the 48 states.
Nice.
That is pretty darn awesome. In fact, the bald eagle got taken off the endangered species list in 1995.
So, can you hunt them now?
You cannot, and we'll get to that in just a minute.
I didn't think so.
If you want to calm down over there, you son of a gun, you. Now, despite having a wingspan of up to 8 feet and a height of 3.5 feet, did you know the typical male bald eagle only weighs in at about 9 pounds?
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yep. And when they get busy nesting, listen to this. The largest bald eagle nest on record was 9.5 feet wide, 20 feet high. That thing weighed in at more than 2 tons.
Wowzers.
I know, right? And I love this. Now, whenever you hear the sound of a bald eagle on TV, that piercing
that screech.
This is a fact. You're actually hearing a red-tailed hawk.
No kidding.
Really?
Bald eagles actually have more of a little chirp. Oh. I know. I'm a little bummed out, too. What else don't we know? What's the government keeping from us?
Why are they lying
But getting back to John's initial question, it is still completely illegal to pursue, to shoot at, to poison, to wound, to kill, to capture, to trap, to collect, to molest, or disturb in any way, shape, or form a bald eagle in the United States of America.
Getting to know you.
But for those of you wondering, because I am a ranger, bald eagle tastes like freedom. And a little bit like chicken. Well, that's all the time we have. Don't ask, don't tell. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Remember, little radio rangers? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, except for bears and them darn murder hornets. They'll kill you every time. Is Ranger Dan out there with me?
Yes, sir.
Introducing InsuranceChicken.com. Why InsuranceChicken.com? Why not? Another insurance company has a duck, one has an emu, and that other company has a lizard. So InsuranceChicken.com is no more silly than any of those. Is it time for you to cross the road for your insurance? Don't be chicken. Check out InsuranceChicken.com. We'll help you peck out the best insurance rates we can find at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris. He's back in the newsroom, in the news chair. The award-winning local newsman, Dan Farris. What do we have today?
Dude, that little award is right in front of me.
It is. And a giant monitor is between us right now. I have to keep looking around the edge of this. So.
Let's see what's going on. A lot of the meat-producing plants, pork plants especially across the country, are getting up and revving again. Smithfield is going, which is nice. So far, just this week alone, about 400,000 hogs have been processed, but that's still just a small percentage of what usually is going on.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, there are still lots of hogs that are being, euthanized.
Oh, it just breaks my heart.
But I want to give a shout out to a longtime friend of mine, north of Hartford way there. I call him Farm Guy. You know him as Dennis Steinecke.
Oh, that's his name.
He supplied us with a
Yes, he
hog about
did.
We got a
a
pig
month
in my
ago, and
garage
it's
right now.
fantastic. I've been living off. Well, I'll put it to you this way: there is no way I can ever convert to Judaism. No way! No way! No way! 'Cause I'm going to be riding this pork lightning for another couple of months.
Well, I think it's funny with a clerical error. We're going to just say that, not Heidi messed up, but due to a clerical error,
I definitely messed up.
she ordered
Oh, that's right.
40
'cause here's the deal.
pounds of bratwurst.
Yeah,
That was not my fault.
I secured the pig, but then when I'm talking to the folks doing the butchering, I thought, well, Heidi would know more about this. And so we left it to Heidi because that's what you do. And hey, if anybody needs 800 brats, private message me.
We got plenty of brats. My freezer is half full of brats, a quarter full of bacon, and the rest is like, I think, 2 pork chops, maybe. So
A lot going on here. And again, Memorial Day, and I've brought this up a couple times. It's one of, it's just a great place, and what always strikes me when I visit there, almost every time, I'm the only one there.
Where?
It's Veterans Memorial Park.
Oh, it's such a beautiful park.
Right
too.
here in
it's
Sioux
so
Falls.
beautiful.
And it's, boy, it just kind of makes you think. It's just a great way to maybe spend a half hour, whatever. And a lot of the elements in that park, there's like a lot of bricks and whatnot, cobblestones and things, but people who have done sponsorships for that park. Believe me, if you've been around this area any period of time, you're going to recognize some of those names.
Nice.
Some of our fallen veterans over
Right.
over the course of various wars in this country. And place is just cool. It's
Today
right
would
off
be a great
Russell.
day to go there.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's up
absolutely.
by
It's beautiful.
Covell Lake, that area. You find it. Just walk through, and lots of the sculptures, statues, and things. It's just a cool place. So if you got a little time today or any day, Veterans Memorial Park, strongly suggest you stop there. There you go. It's cool. Sioux Falls has that.
Absolutely. Dan, thank you very much for that. We'll get some
My pleasure.
entertainment news from you here in a bit. And we've got some good news to get to. That's on the way. It's our bright spot of news on the way on the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Anybody else about ready for a vacation?
This October, we're going to Cancun for an amazing event called The Sands.
Awesome music from Billy Idol, Belinda Carlisle, Cheap Trick, and so many more.
This event happens at the end of October, so when everything blows over, we're all going to need a vacation. So join us for this one.
We've been to this event the last 3 years, met some amazing people, and it is so much fun.
Get all of the information and get your spot reserved to join us at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
It's time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Our bright spot of news today is something that I discovered over the weekend. Our friends from Big Rig Barbecue, who I got to tell you, I'm a big fan. Very good stuff. Big Rig Barbecue, we've got Bob on the line from there, and they're doing something really cool. And I saw that they're doing a GoFundMe to help with a really cool mission. Bob, tell me a little bit more about what you guys are doing right now.
Well, yeah, hey, what we have going on, we started it back here in the winter prior to any of this COVID stuff, really going on at all. And we've honestly been planning it for years. But what we got is it's going to be a, USDA facility where when you have that stamp on your food, you can get that anywhere in the United States, transport across state lines. The biggest thing for us is we know as we start out, our facility will not be running at 100%. There's just no way for us to immediately, get that many orders out, get them filled, and, take them in and get them filled. So what we want to do is we're going to take the extra space that we have, and we want to fill that up with any of these pigs, these hogs that you hear around our region that are not, making it over to any of these processing plants. We want to take those in, either get them at a discount, get them donated before they get euthanized, and turn them into free meat, if you would say, for people in need, anywhere across the United States that we can get it.
And then this would go to like food banks across the country, helping people who do have a need. So you're taking a problem for the farmer where they're saying, hey, I got no place for this to go. And sadly, they're, like you said, just euthanizing some of these pigs. And you're going, hey, instead of euthanizing them, bring them here. We'll get them ready to go, and then we'll donate them to food banks that actually need this.
Right. So that's what donations will pay for. Is they're not going to be paying like for a retail price on meat or anything like that. we're going to be looking to bring as much money in as we can to get as many hogs as we can and get as much meat out the door to those in need.
That is fantastic. So it's a win-win for everybody. So the farmer wins, the people at the end win, you guys win because you get to be in the middle, and anybody listening that wants to contribute, you can win as well by saying, hey, I get to play a part in this by making a contribution. So everybody wins in this deal.
Yeah. And, one thing about a farmer, I'm not a farmer, but I know there's a struggle going on with many farmers. The fact that these pigs are either being killed or, they're not getting that much money for them. The biggest thing here is when they have to go many times, kill or euthanize them themselves, it still costs money to do that.
Yeah.
On top of losing these hogs, and they're having to pay for them to be gone. And they get nothing.
It's just a sad situation all around, and I love the fact that you guys are doing something positive here where you're saying, hey, instead of going to the expense of euthanizing and disposing of these, bring them here, even if it's a donation or if you're buying them for a lesser amount, and then you're turning around and donating the meat to food banks, which I think is just an awesome thing. So how did you guys come up with this idea? Where did this concept come from, sir?
It's really just the need and all the things you watch around here. And just the fact that, for the past 5 going on 6 years now, we've been around this. We've been around the pigs, everything, all the, smoked pork butts and whatnot that we've done over the years. It's just sad for us to know that there's so much being wasted and there's so many hungry people.
Again, Big Rig Barbecue. We've got Bob on the line right now. Bob, I've absolutely enjoyed every time I've ever had a meal with you guys. It's always been so delicious, and I'm really excited for this new facility to get done for you as well.
We will not be doing our restaurant anymore. This will be retailed meat once we have that side of ours, up and running, 100% here, going full bore in the next year or so. But, yep, until then, we're going to fill up that empty space with any of these hogs and any of this meat that we can get out the door to people that are in need and hungry.
That is fantastic. And if folks would like to make a contribution through GoFundMe, I'm going to throw a link to that on our Facebook page to make it really, really easy. Bob, thank you for taking the time to chat, and also thank you for doing what you guys are doing.
You bet. We hope it works out. We hope this is huge.
I do, too. Again, our guest today has been Bob from Big Rig Barbecue. They've got a really cool concept to help people who are hungry right now, and it's a way to help farmers who have pigs that absolutely don't have a place to put them. There have been some that have been euthanized and disposed of, which is really sad. If you'd like to get all the information about what these guys are planning on doing, they've got a really cool video. It's on their GoFundMe page. I'll throw a link to it on our Facebook page to make it really easy to find. Our Bright Spot of News brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls.
It's a tough time, but we will get through this together. If you have the means, we encourage you to participate in the Gift Card Challenge. That's a simple thing you can do to help people around you. Just buy a gift card from one of your favorite local businesses, then use it when things get back to normal. Or be a rock star and give it to someone working on the front lines to keep us safe. Either way, when you buy the gift card, post a photo on social media with #GiftCardChallenge. Learn more at giftcardchallenge.org.
And it's time right now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are fabulous. Oh, don't fight it. You know you want to be one. I know I do. What's going on? So we get this Chinese virus thing going on. Mm-hmm. And celebrities, they're human beings. Mm-hmm. They're just like us. They're just like us. And so I've been very, very careful to make notations of some of our favorite celebrities who are quarantined and how miserable their lives have become. Oh. And here's a good case in point.
Yeah,
Kelly Ripa.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Kelly used to be Kelly and Regis
and
it's Kelly. And now with my, ex-best friend, Ryan Seacrest. Yeah, you know what you did, Ryan. Give me that look. And her husband, Mike Consuelos, have been sheltering in place now with their 3 children. And if that weren't bad enough, they've been forced to do it in the Caribbean.
Oh, jeepers.
I know.
Those poor
How did that
people.
happen?
I know. Well, a lot of my sources are reporting that the Live with Kelly and Ryan host were on a trip with their kids, Mikey, Lola, and Joaquin, when they were instructed to stay in place. It was supposed to just be a 2-week excursion to the Caribbean.
Okay.
When they were told to shelter in
2
place.
months.
Yeah. So now she's been on social media and whatnot and has broken down in tears because, are you ready?
Yeah.
She misses her mom.
Okay. I can see that.
I'm really trying to find the struggle here, so let me keep reading.
I know. I'm kind of thinking the same thing. She's in the Caribbean.
Is there more to it, or you're done?
There really isn't.
That was the end of the story.
No, she was bawling like a crack baby over this. It's like, get a grip, rich lady. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
Well, I kind of wonder, though, like when you're in a place
Have
like
your
that.
butler pull up a video
Wait,
chat.
here
You'll
comes
be
John
okay.
coming to her defense. Go, John.
No, I'm not defending her. I'm just saying I wonder how that works, because like if they're sheltering in place, do they have to continue to pay to be there, or they get to stay there for free, or just kind of wonder. No, I'm wondering because like next time a pandemic comes on, I'm thinking we need to boogie off to someplace tropical, just so we're prepared for that.
No, you're not allowed to stay for free. I'm sure there's a.
What a great question.
That would make me cry right there if I had to continue to pay for
I only have one touchstone for this because that actually is a good question.
Thank you.
Okay.
I rest my case.
So it would have been, let's say 1978 or 79. Okay, I'm on this bowling team with my girlfriend and her mom and dad. Okay. So after bowling, Minneapolis, we stop at a place called the Rainbow Club off Lowry Avenue off the Mississippi River, North Minneapolis.
Isn't there a documentary about that place?
There should be. It's torn down now. But in the course of our hanging around there, this blizzard hits. And I mean a blizzard. There ain't nobody going anywhere. So we end up with probably about maybe 30, 35 other people. We're spending the night in the Rainbow Club.
Oh, wow.
And now, because back then bars closed in Minneapolis at 1 o'clock. That was it. When I was 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And yeah, we still had to pay for our drinks.
Of course you did.
Well, there's your answer.
Okay, so they still got to pay for the room. Wow, Dan, thank you for that insight. So wonder you got that award right there.
It's in my memoirs. It was a heck of a night.
Well, Dan, thank you for coming in on Memorial Day. We appreciate it a bunch.
I still have a headache.
Yeah. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you exclusively by the National Registry of Notable Notaries.
If you, a loved one, a friend of a friend, or a casual acquaintance has suffered injury, illness, or death as a result of using a discount notary, you may be entitled to a cash settlement. If you've used the notary services of 99-cent notary, 98-cent notary, Buck and a Quarter Notary, Notary World, Anytime Notary, Sioux Falls Notary, Yes Siree Notary, or the Notary Barn at Lake Lorraine, not really a lake, and have experienced even mild injuries, illness, or death, the National Registry of Notable Notaries has set aside hundreds of dollars to settle discount notary claims. The law offices of Lindquist, and Heidi Jean have been representing victims of discount notarization for a couple of weeks now, and recently settled a case giving a client a payout of $110.99. If we don't win, you owe nothing. Well, not nothing, but probably not very much. Call the law offices of Lindquist, and Heidi Jean today, 933-1980. That's 605-933-1980.
Now, more than ever, you need a credit card that offers what you need. Some cards have high rates. Some have annual fees. Some are just not very good. Usually people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes. You may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card probably won't tell you, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, May 25th. The broad market managed to eke out a small gain on Friday to cap off what has been one of the best weeks since the pandemic began. The S&P 500 closed near the flat line on Friday, but is up more than 3% for the week. Traders and investors should be encouraged by the move as it shows a high level of market confidence going into a 3-day holiday weekend. With the market closed today for Memorial Day, there is an added chance of news, good or bad, and it could spark a big move when the market reopens tomorrow. Next week, traders will be on a lookout for a raft of economic data. Reports from jobless claims, durable goods, and consumer confidence to income, spending, and core inflation each have the power to move the market. In total, investors should be ready for bad news because most reports are for the April time period. The good news is that this round of economic data should signal the bottom in economic activity, at least for now. You can get the inside track in your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.